Nearly 100,000 pension credit claims have been denied as winter fuel payment deadline looms. I'm going to read into this more from the iPaper, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with another article from the iPaper with the headline that nearly 100,000 pension credit claims have been denied as winter fuel payment deadline looms, and some of the 92,000 pension credit claims were rejected by the government between April and December this year. 1,000 more were rewarded. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share this across social media so others are notified of this video. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? I just for me, like, the deadline is coming up, and it's just so heartbreaking that pensioners are being forced to do this. And the consistent argument from the government all the time is, oh, we've got to balance the books, £22 billion black hole nonsense. I've said this so many times, and I really have to stress this. This is a political choice by the Labour government to take winter fuel payments away from pensioners. Now, there are some pensioners who do not need the money. That is true. I am not going to argue or contest that there isn't some pensioners out there who don't need this, who get this extra money, that they don't need it and they're not entitled for it. And the government are seeing this as a way to claim back more money. It's essentially what they're doing. But there are those who need that money, who rely on that money, who need it to literally survive. And they're not going to have that as a direct result of this. And while it's all well and good encouraging people to switch up and change to the credit scheme, not everyone is entitled to the pension credit. Not everyone can get on board with it. Not everyone knows about it. There are many elderly people out there who literally do not read newspapers or whatnot, who don't pay attention to these things, to these changes. And just like that, things like that can switch. Things can switch on them and they don't pay attention to these things. It can happen. Especially if there's somebody living alone who is quite old and doesn't fully understand what's happening. Like, to them, it's like the government has literally just taken my money away and they don't understand why. You know, I just don't understand why they had to do this at such a difficult time. I mean, like, here's the thing, right? I probably wouldn't be so angry if they, like, did this during, I don't know, spring. Like, when the temperature is coming up between spring, summer and autumn, make the transition then, as opposed to doing it while it's bloody freezing cold. Like, you might have a better argument then, because then you give people time to adjust to it. But there's not enough time to adjust for people. It's just not enough time to adjust. They announced the budget in October. We are now into Christmas, and now they've got a deadline of 21st. Like, there is not enough time here for me as well. So you have this on top. And you know what's even more insulting? What's even more insulting, right? Scotland are not changing anything to the winter fuel payment. They're ensuring that the elderly in Scotland will be looked after. They can afford it. And yet the Labour Party can't afford it with the budget. Shows that they're not managing their budget accordingly, doesn't it? And you can, don't get me wrong, the Conservatives left a lot of mess. But whenever a government tells you that they don't have money, there is always money. They find money out of nowhere. They literally announced money towards an aid budget towards Syria. Like, where did that money come from? Oh, we just magically found it outside behind the couch. So more pensioners have had their pension credit claims denied, then granted in the past 9 months. The Freedom of Information request has been revealed. Some 92,000 pension credit claims were rejected by the government between April and December this year, while 91,000 claims were awarded. This means over half of those applying will miss out on the winter fuel payments, axed for the most pensioners by Chancellor Rachel Reeves in July this year. Wealth management firm Quilter, which conducted the research, says, in comparison between April 2023 and March 2024, the number of claims accepted was higher than those rejected at 134,000 and 112,000 respectively, the data show. News comes just ahead of a major deadline to apply for pension credit in order to get this year's winter's fuel payments worth between £200 and £300. Final applications for the cash boost, which used to be available to all pensioners, must be in by the 21st of December. To be eligible, you need to be at least state pension age 66 and receive a qualified means testing benefit like pension credit. So in order to successfully get pension credit, you need to meet the following criteria. So you must have reached state pension age, which is 66. You must live in the UK. Your weekly income should be below £208.15 if you're single, or £332.95 if you're in a couple. If you have a disability or caring responsibility, you might still qualify with slightly higher income. If you have savings and investments over £10,000, each £500 above this amount counts as £1 in additional income per week when calculating eligibility. For example, if you have £11,000 in savings, this counts as £2 income a week. If you are on award pension credit, you may also be eligible for several additional benefits, including a free TV and license if you're 75 or older, which covers everything living at your address. You might also get help with your rent through housing benefits, a discount on your council tax, and other benefits that can ease financial pressures. People who are not receiving pension credit or another qualifying benefit will no longer receive the fuel payment. The decision was met with anger from campaigners and elderly people across the country. According to estimates published in October, more than 800,000 pensioners are eligible for pension credit but are not claiming it. And it can top up someone's income to £208.15 per week for a single person or £332.95 per week for couples. John Greener, the head of retirement policy at Quilter, said, with the last date for making a backdated claim for pension credit to receive the winter fuel payment now just days away, it is vitally important that pensioners on low incomes check their eligibility. While this new data shows a significant proportion of claimants are being denied pension credit, this should not stop people applying if they think they might be eligible. Pension credit also unlocks a variety of other benefits that can help with housing costs, council tax and heating bills. If you're unsure about your eligibility, an online pension credit calculator can provide an estimate on total benefits. Applying is simple and it can be done online by printing or completing a paper form or by calling 0800 999 1234. The Department of Work and Pensions has tried to boost its uptake, but many eligible pensioners are still yet to apply. The lack of uptake is likely attributed to a lack of awareness. It exists despite the DWP's awareness drive. Exactly, this is the problem. People aren't aware of it. They're going to have it cut off and they don't even know about it. And they're doing this at the worst possible time. Anyone who thinks they may be eligible, or anyone with relatives or loved ones over the state pension age who they believe may be entitled to pension credit, should check their criteria and ensure their application is submitted before the next week's deadline. Pension credit is made up of two parts. The first is a guaranteed credit, which tops up your weekly income to the minimal guarantee level. The second is a savings credit, which provides a small top-up for people who reach state pension age before April 6th of April 2016 and have a modest amount of income. So, yeah, here it is. Yeah, and you can also, submit a form to I there as well. But I just hope nobody dies. You know, for me, it's just I don't want people to suffer. I really don't want people to suffer, but I generally believe that's what's going to happen. I really do believe so, and it's a political decision. This is the thing. This is a political decision that they did not need to make, and I probably would not have, like I said at the start, I probably wouldn't have been so angry about it if they had done this, you know, between spring and autumn, during that period, if they made this change then and pushed the pension credit scheme then. And I think had they done it then, you know, perhaps maybe the damage would not be so bad. Perhaps. But they're doing it at a time when it's already very cold. It's winter. Some pensioners are living at home alone and they don't know nothing about it, and they're about to have it taken away from them. And it's really heartbreaking to think about, because some people may argue that regardless of whatever their political differences, whatever they vote for, whether it's Labour, Conservative, Reform, whatever it is, no one should have to suffer, whether they're young or old. And we should be doing everything we can to help people. And while there are some who are claiming the winter payment when they don't need it, there are many out there who are desperately needing it, and they're going to have it cut off as a result of this. So what do you guys think? What do you guys make of the situation around the winter fuel payment? Do you think Labour will regret this decision? And do you fear that I do that some people will die as a direct result of this? Let me know your thoughts and more down in the comment section below. If you found this video informative or helpful to you, please hit the like button. We greatly appreciate it. Share this across social media so others are notified of this video. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing because it really does help support the channel. If you want to go one step further and financially support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p, or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content on those platforms. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.